Greetings. It's a cold, rainy day in New Orleans after we just came from some nice warm weather yesterday. So I was like, okay, I'll keep it in. I want to talk about depression, um, and how it affects our lives, and also ways of seeping past that depression in search of finding your purpose. So depression is dis-ease of the cells, right? It's dis-ease. It's a illness. It's a sickness of the cells. It shows a disconnection between yourself with the one. With the one source, the one power that there is. It shows a severe disconnection between that. It shows that you're not balanced. Depression is spiritually, physically, chemically, and it affects all elements of your temple, and it then affects your aura and what happens around you. Depression is usually something that has been affecting someone a long period of time before it even forms into this big thing of being depression. Typically, it comes from a experience. It comes from the lack of knowing. It comes from a spiritual disconnection, the yearning for something, right? Something to make you whole and make you feel one with the universe. I was at a time in my life where I was extremely depressed. I didn't know my purpose. I didn't understand why I was here. I didn't want to be here, and I wasn't happy. I felt extremely lost, just not knowledgeable, didn't understand who I was and what I came here to do. And that's typically how depression forms. It forms out of the urge and the yearning for something. And usually you can't quite put your finger or your thought on what it is exactly is it that I want. You know, you say, I want to be happy, but you're not even sure what that feels like, right? And I found myself in that cycle, and I was deep in it. And I didn't find life enjoyable, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I began to see myself as a mother only, and I wanted to live to take care of my son. That was it. I didn't want to live because of my own purpose, my own dreams, but simply to take care of him. And I went on this verge of searching for this form of happiness, in order to be a happy mother, to give for a happy life to my son. And while searching, I found out that the first problem was I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what it is I came here to do. I truly did not understand. So with depression, you want to constantly write and read every day. And you're writing and reading because you're in search of what is your purpose. And in order to find this, you got to research. And you're going to have to research yourself. You're going to have to sit in with yourself and really figure out what it is that I want and write it down. And then begin to shape and form, how do I get there? How do I get to those objectives that I want? And music is a good way to help, because depression is also a chemical imbalance within the body. Food and liquids is a way of easing the body and beginning to feed and rejuvenate your cells. So you want to have lots of teas, lots of waters in the morning, fruits and vegetables, because this is all helping to activate and rejuvenate those damaged cells that have been chemically programmed to send suicidal thoughts to the body. That was happening to me. My body was beginning to use my thoughts in order to create and feed my cells, and it was all bad because the thoughts that I was having were negative thoughts, and the music that I was listening to wasn't serving me, wasn't helping me to move past that depression. So you begin to write, you begin to read, and you're reading books that are centered around your purpose, and you're reading books to better understand the body scientifically, spiritually, and mentally, right? And all of this is going to be helping you move and navigate past the illness of feeling incomplete, the illness of being in the ignorance of. You have to do the work to move past. So it's like, okay, I asked God for happiness, and she said, yes, you can have happiness. Yes, it's yours to have. You can have this happiness. But then the understanding of the person who seeks happiness must go and pick it up. Like, you must go to work for that happiness. I cannot just ask with no follow-up. I'm seeking, I'm asking, I'm working for, I'm obtaining, right? And some things are really not as easily said than done, and it takes time. And you have to be focused, and you have to be determined to grabbing and living out that happiness.